Eric with Eric Herd Media. How's everybody doing today? We are in Nanaimo, British Columbia, on the island here for the Novax Pass Rally Tour, Chris Sky events. Pretty good crowd here so far. We'll go check out what's going on. Share this out. Go see who's all in Nanaimo BC today. The Novax Pass Rally with this Sky. Very nice here. Let's go see what's going on inside the rally here today. It's a wet one here in Nanaimo today. It's been wet on the island pretty much the whole time. It's beautiful yesterday in Victoria, and then it started raining afterwards. Everybody's under the Nanaimo Lions Pavilion here, trying to stay dry. Same guys here with the books and DVDs.
Get up, stand up, sing it with me. Stand up for your rights. I can't hear you. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Life is your right. Stand up. No, we can't give up. Stand up for your right. Life is your right. Get up, stand up. No, we can't give up the fight. We got to get together and work together with right. We got to get together and work together. Don't give up the fight.
Let's go see what the crew's up to. Let's go find my little dog. Oh, he's going to get a hot dog, is he? Let's go see how Jaden's doing. so wet. Well, there's a cute little dog. There's a cute little dog with a coat on. You have your coat on? You staying dry, little one? Huh? You staying dry? How's it going, Jaden?
Pretty good. Just getting a nice hot dog. This lovely fellow over here.
Awesome. Support local vendors.
Absolutely.
Small business runners. Awesome. Look at this here. Look at that float plane taking off. That could have been us. If only we'd got our shit together quicker. We were thinking of taking a float plane here from Victoria, but I don't think they have a direct route from Victoria to Nanaimo, which is kind of stupid. But, oh well. That would have been awesome, Jada. We could have landed right there. Hey? We would have landed like right there and been right here. We would have taken off from Victoria and landed right here in Nanaimo if they had a freaking flight there, but they don't. Not today, at least. Yeah, Victoria from the harbor. They didn't have a flight. Oh no, from Victoria. Yeah. It was more just a sightseeing. It was more of a sightseeing flight, right? Yeah, I know. He's never been in a plane. He's never been in the air. So we're trying to think if there was an excuse to keep on the journey with the tour, but also be able to do it. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? The first time you get in a plane, it crashes. Oh, wow. Yeah, man, let's go take a look over here. We're just waiting for them to get started. They're just playing music, and it's kind of a slow start to the day here today. Let's take a little look at the scenery here in Nanaimo, British Columbia. Beautiful island here. So nice here, man. Like, it's just rainy. I just wish it was freaking sunny out. It would be awesome if it was sunny, but this is the typical weather out here this time of year. Rainy, overcast, hazy, cold, damp, wet. This is how it's basically going to be like all winter, though. That's the other cool thing about this place. They don't really get like the kind of winter we get in Ontario. Terrible. Sounds like talking is starting to happen here. We're going to head back over and see what's going on. But yeah, guys, as you can see here, we're in beautiful Nanaimo, British Columbia. Message came in there, I had to pause it. Yeah, we're here in Nanaimo, British Columbia for the Novax Pass Rally with Chris. Chris is just getting himself ready to go up and speak. We will be up at the stage when he does. Share this out to all your groups, your feeds, your friends on Messenger, Instagram, everywhere else. Today's going to be a very good speech, I think. So, yeah, we're going to head over there in a couple seconds, check in with the crew, make sure everything's good. Jaden's still getting his hot dog over there. I see you, Jojo. It's okay. What? He's leaving?
Sorry.
She likes it like, yeah, like I like it, without all that crap on it.
I'm sorry.
That's the one thing we kind of definitely agree on. I like my hamburger and my hot dogs with just ketchup. That's it. Sometimes cheese. And occasionally lettuce and tomato on a hamburger. What do you think, Jojo? Should he give you some hot dogs? You're a wiener dog. You deserve a wiener. You should give Jojo a piece. Look, he's got hot dogs.
Admire the coat. Oh, that's fantastic.
You got Jenny Sky here.
He looks hungry. Who's that guy?
Look, another little dog. Oh, that scared the fuck out of her. She's like, I don't care. I want the hot dog. She's like, there's food here. I don't give a shit.
Are you guys from Toronto?
London, where we did the Back the Blue event.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great event, man. That was one of the first events I was like in a primarily like helping put that on, and that was fucking amazing for the police in London.
Sweet.
Hopefully they actually get that injunction, and then all the other police forces and organizations can say pound salt when it comes to the mandates.
Yeah, no shit.
There's a little set of precedents once we get it for them officers in London, because they're going to get an injunction so that they can still work without having to be mandated, right? And then they can wait 2 years for to go to court, but then they can't force it until with an injunction, right?
Yeah, that'd be good. Toot, get back here. Toot.
Oh, he's off wandering away. And JoJo's all caring about is that fucking hot dog, hey? Alright, you good with her? Alright, what's Chris doing? He's just chilling in the van. I want to freaking smoke a joint, but I freaking don't have anywhere to roll it. And I have to sit in his truck and roll
You
it.
can roll it in my car, but it's a little bit of a walk.
Yeah, I got his truck right here. I'll probably just take it after. I want to go see if the speakers are saying anything interesting.
There was a doctor up here earlier.
They were just playing music last time I was over here.
Oh,
Like,
music was like maybe for 10, 15 minutes. Before
Yeah.
that it was a doctor, and before that was another speaker.
oh yeah.
I think brand prices should be dropping around New Year's, I think. A lot of people complain, like, I can't buy anything. You're not going to have
Oh, this is just Alex, the comedian. I freaking streamed him for the last 3 events.
Oh yeah, he's funny.
a
Yeah.
lot of Canadians
You
are
can tell by his voice. Don't even have to get close. I know who this is.
Simon, this house must cost about $8 million. How did you get the money together for the house?
Your Halloween went good?
Yes, one of my friends left town for a while and said I could watch his house. That's what happened. Yes, doggy. Yes. Yes, you can come visit me. So I've been doing a lot to try and inspire people to wake up a little bit. One of the protests we did.
Alex, the comedian again. You saw my stream yesterday. You saw his bit. And the day before that as well. So that means usually Chris is going to be coming up if Alex is speaking right now.
There's some part of my brain that thinks I can get through to people, and I don't know what's wrong with me. You probably have this disease too.
So yeah, this is Alex.
They're in a cult, and I still keep trying. You know what I mean? Like, there's
It's a
something wrong
rainy
with me.
day
Who's
here,
like that?
Julie,
Like, it's just
and
it's like a-
Nanaimo's not that big.
I go back
There's
and
quite a
forth
few
between
people
just
here.
like
It is
normal
pretty
people,
packed
animals on the road, awakening journey,
when it
and
comes to
they
this
just
small
look
little
at
town
the creator,
area
and
here.
when they get there, just trust the universe.
quite
And then
packed.
flipping over to, what the hell is the matter with you? Wake up! Like, and I just, every day, just back and forth. But one of them, who's with me? Who understands? Okay, you understand. It's like, and so we did one of the protests, and this is what happened. We're out front, and it's like...
Like I said, for a rainy day, this is not a bad turnout for the location we are at.
So I'm yelling at people. We're in a restaurant. I'm like, hey, you guys just showed your papers to get into
Let's go see if
the
Chris is ready to start his stream on Twitch, or if that's just going to be not happening today. I don't know, because his phone's not working the best. It's got cracks, and I don't know if he wants to get water in it. Not that he cares, but we'll see if it works. There he is.
And I'm like, dude, have you ever looked at what's in those things? And he's like, oh yeah, you're gonna
Nanaimo's nice, but it's just a rainy, dreary day. Speaker's over there right now, speaking.
I'm like, what if you have to take 2 or 3 of those jabs every year? And he's like, who cares? Bring it to me. I'll take it over right now. Give it to me right now.
Huh. Interesting.
He's excited about it. And I thought, you know what? Some people can't be safe. So let's just sell them stuff. I was thinking about starting like Vax Patch. They're like, well, I only get 2 jabs a year. Just get the patch. Spike protein straight to your guts for 24/7. What do you think?
Where the hell did he go? Oh, he's over there. It's a rainy, dreary day in Nanaimo, British Columbia today. It's cold, it's wet, it's rainy. But we're here.
Hi, everyone.
We're here. I've got comedian Alex up there doing his bit right now. If you've heard his bit probably the last couple days of my live streams, so I can't get quite up there. There's so many other people there. I'll just stand back here and wait for the main man himself to get up there. That's what we're all here for, right? We're all here to listen to Chris Sky speak, so...
I came for the music.
Oh, yeah? Well, the music is done, too, so we're going to just chill back here and let Alex do his comedian bit, which we've all seen on this stream before a couple times. It's good stuff. It's just, I like to have a little bit of a variety in my stream since I'm covering every single event here on the tour. So I'm going to do a little bit more of a scenic kind of shot here today, and then when Chris is ready to come speak, we'll head right up and film his speech, like we always do. So just chill out, share this out. Once Chris is ready to speak, we'll head up into the pavilion and make sure we capture that. Yeah, I'm gonna rip it. We'll be out of here in 5 minutes.
I know you don't know me, but I watch your videos. I don't think you guys are gonna like what I have to say today, by the way. Well, you fucking asshole, and I made my team with me the day off.
So I guess I definitely want to film this. Joint will have to wait, guy.
They literally just said they're playing more music. No, they're gonna shut it off.
The last song they just said, yeah.
No, they're gonna stop as soon as you walk on.
I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Oh, this is the kind of shit that is fucking going on right now, isn't it?
I hope you're fucking ready. I hope you guys are ready.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
You ready?
Fucking nothing. Honestly, I was gonna come to give a really nice speech, and then I show up here and I realize, honest, you guys, they say when you have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Well, I got nothing nice to say, but I got a whole lot to say anyway. I don't know what the fuck you people think this is. This is a war against your fucking children. They are coming to inject them with a poison. They are taking your jobs. They're taking your houses. And how do you respond? You spend 1 or 2 hours a week freedom fighting by coming and listening to a fucking band play? Are you guys fucking kidding me? Are you guys kidding me? This is what it means to freedom fight for you. To come and listen to a stupid band and sing and dance while the organizers are more worried about getting you on a fucking march than getting you to actually do something for yourself. Fucking pathetic. Each and every one of you should be absolutely ashamed of yourselves. You're walking around like this is a party, like this is a joke, like you're supposed to be here having fun.
Right.
It's not fun. They are killing people, including your own friends and family. And you guys are making jokes, playing fucking music? Honestly, I thought I was coming out here to talk to a group of people that had enough of what's going on. People that were ready to fight. And I come here and see a bunch of fucking pathetic children singing and dancing and having a good time. Like it's a goddamn party. Honestly, none of you deserve this shit right here. None of you deserve any of this merchandise. None of you deserve my team to be here and the dedication. We've driven 67 hours to get here. We've taken multiple ferries, to get a very important message out. And you people are more worried about marches and music and patting each other on the back for not doing anything. Not says me. What the fuck have you done, buddy? What have you done? Step up here. You're such a big man. Where are you? Come here. Come here. Come here. You're a big man. What have you done? Come here. Come and tell everybody here what you do on a daily basis to make a difference in this fight. Yes, you need to be lambasted because you're fucking making a joke while they're coming to kill your children. You guys are infighting between organizers worrying about who's going to get the credit for throwing on an event. Who wants the credit for an event like this? It's a joke. You guys are a joke. This is a mockery. I hope you're upset. I hope I'm offending you. I'm more offended than all of you. Every single one of you. And where's your big mouth now? You talking the game. What the fuck have you done? What have you done? Come here. Come here, buddy. Where's your truth and love? Here's the truth and love. Love and truth are real. Well, guess what? Singing and dancing when they're coming to kill your children ain't gonna help your children. Everybody here. It wasn't in my mind. So I imagine. I'm sorry, everybody. So I imagine that I came here and everybody's singing and dancing. Ladies and gentlemen, every single one of you need to go home, because I already know what you're going to do. You're going to finish off over here, you're going to fucking go home, you're going to tell yourselves whatever you need to tell yourself, and by tomorrow, you're going to be putting your mask back on and going about your business. I don't care about what they did to me. It's not about that. Everybody needs to understand this is a lot more serious than you are making it. And if you're apparently you don't. Because you're singing and dancing. If you were as serious right now as you're pretending, okay, then why didn't you tell them? Then why didn't you tell them, stop the friggin' music and let's start talking about things that matter. Hold up here. Hold up. Be quiet. On a rainy day, I need your peace. I need your quiet. I need your respect. I'm a local. And I go out to protest. And we protest the COVID, the lockdown, and we protest what's happening with our children. We go out to Oak Road on a Sunday at 12 o'clock. And there are less than 10 people. Let me finish. There are less than 10 people that come out, and it sure would be nice. You guys want an educational talk? You want an inspirational talk? And maybe you all need to go home. You all need to discuss with yourselves about what you're really doing here. You all need to talk to your organizers and say what you really need at an event. It's not about me needing to tell you. If you need me to tell you that an event shouldn't have people singing and dancing over talking about what needs to be done, then you shouldn't be here in the first place. Maybe you should go to a concert instead.
Okay, go ahead.
Listen very carefully, people. Listen very carefully. Well, you get the fuck out and come and make me. Come. Come, I love you. I love you too. I'm right here. Everybody that doesn't like me, I'm right here. Go ahead. Throw something at me. I don't care. The question, the fact of the matter is, I'm right, you're wrong, and you're upset because I'm showing you your own shortcomings and you don't have the fortitude to admit it. Period. Just like you don't have the fortitude to step forward. If anybody thinks I'm wrong, come up here. Anybody who thinks I'm wrong, come here and talk to me. Come here. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, guys, this is getting a little bit more intense, but I'm just covering the story here, guys.
Taken from us, okay?
community. I've never worn a fucking mask, and I have never stepped down, okay? I put my family first, myself second, and my community third, and God is up there as part of it too. So I'm not, you know, but this is what I want to say, okay? You know why I'm dancing, Chris? Is because I don't see that many people these days that are in their joy, that are you know, actually coming together in unity. That's why I saw you in Victoria yesterday, Chris, okay? I saw you challenge us to come up. We came up, okay? And I like what you say. I watched you from the start when people were saying that would not happen in Canada. Guess what? I knew Chris was right, and I knew it might happen. Actually, I knew it would, okay? That's why I'm here, and I'm trying to seize the day and have some joy, but I'll tell you what, not only am I not vaccinated, none of my kids are, my grandson
Yeah.
is vaccinated.
Yes. Yes.
So that we can provide food, not... No, listen, I'm right.
Let her get angry. Let her show passion. This is why I'm here. This is what I'm trying to bring out of you. Do not stifle that. You want her to be angry. If you can't handle it, get the hell out of here. Because that is what we need. We need mothers and fathers to get angry. Once you're angry, you might actually do something for your kids. What do they do? You don't even know this yet. But guess what I just found out today? In your child's vaccines, they put a wonderful chemical that they put in, they give the people after they had a heart attack. They put that in your child's vaccine to try to mask the heart symptoms that they're going to get from these wonderful things. And rather than worry about that, you guys are out here worrying about dancing and singing. You should all be every friggin' day at your kids' schools, at your kids' friggin', oh my God, why do I have to say this? Why are you here? Why aren't you at your kids' schools? Why aren't you at your jobs? Yes, I am an asshole. You know why I'm an asshole? Because I have the fucking balls to stand here and tell each and every one of you to your face the truth that you lie to yourself about every day because you don't have the balls. Oh no, you've been threatened. Buddy, I'm on 8 separate bails. 8.
Why do you think always say right? I came up here, and just as you were berating all of us, go ahead. I came up here, I wasn't dancing, I wasn't singing, I wasn't telling jokes. I was here earlier, I went to an appointment, I came back to see you, I wanted to see what you had to hear, and you're calling me a fucking asshole.
Disrespect. Please,
Not what I'm saying.
have some fucking respect.
Thanks, man. Yeah, okay. Just
Fair enough, I get what you're saying. But I'm going by the flavor of every rally on this island. I was here yesterday, I saw it. I was here again today, I saw it. And I'm going to be here again tomorrow. And if I come tomorrow and they're worried about singing and dancing and marching, I'm not even going to get out of the damn car. I'm just going to get back on the boat and I'm going to say, hey, the island, I tried. But they're not ready for freedom. They're more worried about having fun and being joyful and pretending everything that's going on isn't really happening. And if you guys want to live in denial, I'm sorry, but I have other people that actually care about freedom. Other people that will actually fight for their children. My time is needed in places where it's valued and in places where my message will actually resonate and the people will actually apply it. Over here, all I'm seeing is people who want to tell me I'm an asshole, I'm wrong, because you want to preserve your little sheltered way of life. You think you're safe on the island. You think you're special on the island. Well, guess what? You're about to find out that you're not. Have a nice day.
like we've been showing in the other provinces. In Ontario, there's no more mandatory vaccines for school children. In Quebec, there's no mandatory vaccines for school workers. In Ontario, I already got a lawsuit with the police and the government. So that's what we're going to do today. Not fucking singing and dancing, having a rolling stone.
They say that. They say that. But then why the hell are they worrying about all this other crap? Why are worried about? Why do we have bans? Why do we have bans? Why do we have bans and singing and dancing at an event that is about serious shit? The most serious shit ever. You understand how ridiculous that is? They're putting people into a completely wrong state of mind and letting them believe.
People fucking love you. They want you up there talking. Get your ass up there and fucking talk.
I go up there and talk.
Give him a break, guys.
I came from Victoria. Yesterday I was there. I came.
Give me 5 minutes.
Chris, you're invited to meet an Indigenous elder from Pacification Reservation. We love you, man.
Yeah, it starts over, man. Starts over.
Starts over.
We want your voice, man.
Grandma Losa, the Indigenous elder matriarch of this island, was using Longhouse for Tachida. Is she the one that was in Victoria? She's personally invited from me, you, from Grandma Losa. You are loved here. We protect you. We love you.
Yes, we love you, man.
We do.
Yeah, we need your word, man.
We do. Cortez, Desmond, all our islands are with you.
Yeah, we love you, man. Do it.
Yes. But here's the thing. But there's a balance. We need to. The highest thing is keeping the love in our hearts and taking action, and that is possible. You know what I'm saying? Taking action with love in our hearts. Anyway, I love you, Chris. I'm glad you're back.
He's back to the stage, guys. You're right, Warren. We loved him there in London.
You guys are lucky to have some real freedom fighters in this crowd. Honestly, you are. Because when I see somebody with a genuine intent, and I see someone with genuine concern, and I see someone who genuinely wants help and genuinely wants to make change, and I know they will take the actions to do it, then I can't say no to that person.
Thank you.
So you can thank the few people in this crowd that are actually genuine and ready to stand for your community, because they're the only reason I'm here right now. I'll tell you that. You guys gotta understand something. This is the biggest fight anybody of us have ever faced in our lives. And it's not the kind of fight we're used to seeing on TV where they're shooting people. This is psychological warfare. They're putting every type of leverage on you possible to, one, make you submit to this vaccine and the vaccine passport, and two, and almost more importantly, turn you against each other. The only way that slavery can work is if you do it to each other, ladies and gentlemen. They cannot enslave you. They do not have the manpower. They do not have the authority. They do not have the morality. They simply do not have the logistics. But if you're going to do it for them, if you're going to wear the mask every day and only take it off at places like this, if you're going to let them put it on your children, if you're going to submit to the jab for selfish reasons like you want to travel, or you're worried about your job, or you're worried about going to school, well, guess what? You're part of the problem. You're enabling this. You're perpetuating this. It's that simple. It's that simple. You can lie to yourself, you can sing and dance, you can go on marches and talk all the things you want, but the reality is, when you're done that, and you go home, and you put that mask on you or your child, you're submitting, and you are part of the problem. You're not a freedom fighter. A freedom fighter doesn't wear a mask. Period. Period. I don't care if you think it's about freedom of choice, because the mask is the reality is the mask is the basis of all the other restrictions. If you didn't put on the mask, there would be no contact tracing, no vaccines, and no vaccine passport. So, was it just a mask? Absolutely not. Meanwhile, how many of you are still wearing it? You think right now, I don't know? Look how many people are here. Hundreds. Why don't we go shopping tomorrow, see how many of you are still mask-free? I guarantee you, it's like 1% of you. Let's be honest. Look me in the eyes, everybody. How many of you don't wear a mask anywhere you go? I totally don't believe that. I'm sorry. I totally don't believe that. I feel like leaving here right now and making every one of you go to a store and taking a picture.
Let's do it. Yes. Do it.
Right now, I see a lot of talkers and a lot of smiles. Meanwhile, when I go to a store, I don't see any smiles except my own. So how can it be that hundreds and hundreds of you are mask-free every day? So once again, don't lie to me. Stop lying to yourselves, and then maybe you can start becoming the person you need to be to get your family through this. You understand me? Let me ask you again. Let's see if people are going to be a little more honest. How many of you actually wear a mask during your daily travels? Let's see who's going to be honest. There we go. Now we're getting a little bit more honest. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere, people. This is what I have to do. You guys are so far behind other cities. I literally have to treat you like children and get you to start coming forward and be like, yeah, you know what? I really do wear a mask. Yeah, you know what? I really did get the jab for my job. Yeah, you know what? I really did put the mask on my child. Yes, start admitting those bad things you did. Start owning your mistakes. It's called responsibility. Something that every Canadian seems to fear. And when I talk about that word, I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person because, you know, we're not supposed to be responsible for ourselves. We're supposed to allow the government to make all our decisions for us. Look how good that's working out for us.
How many are losing their jobs, Ray?
Okay, when I hear people talk about losing their jobs, my blood boils for a multitude of reasons. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, if you recall, about 18 months ago, I made a little video that's since been translated into about a dozen languages and viewed over 100 million times around the world, where I explicitly tell each and every one of you that there's a thing coming called a vaccine passport. And then even after you get your vaccine, they're going to make you wear a mask, and then they're going to tell you you need to get vaccinated before you can work. I gave you guys a year and a half to prepare for this. And you know what you all did? You stuck your thumb up your ass, and you fucking walked through life and pretended like nothing was going on. And then every few months after that, I made another video saying, listen Canadians, it's coming. They're going to come for your jobs. They're going to try to make you take this job. And you know what you all did? You sat there and stuck another thumb up your ass and did nothing. And then months ago, as soon as Doug Ford said, I promise guys we're not going to have a vaccine passport, that same day I made a video and even explained to you people, this is called predictive programming. That is called pacification, and within days you will start seeing them making headlines that are saying the exact opposite, to prepare you for the inevitable. And guess what Canadians did? Somehow they found a third thumb and stuck it up their ass. So now you're walking around with 3 thumbs stuck up your ass, pretending that you know what's going on, when I'm telling you exactly what's going on. And then here we are today, and every single Canadian is calling me, literally. Thousands of people a day are calling me, Chris Sky, I can't believe it. I'm about to lose my job. Gee, ladies and gentlemen, I've only been telling you this every day, every month, for the last year and a half. And what did I tell you? I said, you have 2 choices to make. You either are going to acknowledge what's coming, you are going to band together with other people at your work, and when the time comes, you're going to walk off the job. Or, I told you all, Canadians are going to suffer, and suffer greatly because you're weak. You're so weak that you're so scared to lose a job that you're ready to inject yourself with a deadly poison for it. And you're ready to give up your freedoms that other people, other Canadian citizens, fought and died for. So when people fought and died for your freedoms, and you come and tell me, oh, Chris Sky, I'm so scared they're going to kick me out of my job, so I'm ready to give up your freedoms and my freedoms for my job. Am I going to have sympathy for you when I already told you what was coming for almost 2 years, and you basically just sat on your ass and did nothing. Well, guess what, people? You reap what you sow. And you sowed nothing, so now you're gonna get nothing. You wanna know what you gotta do to get through this? It's very fucking simple. It's called man up or woman up and walk the hell off your job. It's that fucking simple. If that's too hard for you, then get the hell out of here because you don't deserve to be here. If you can't afford it and you can't go get another job, well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Go live in China because you don't belong in Canada. This is a free fucking country, and if you're going to be the one to give up yours and my freedoms because of your ridiculously pathetic life choices, then you don't deserve to be here. And you do deserve to suffer. And you have to suffer. You know why? Not because I'm mean. It's because that's the only way you guys will become strong enough to overcome what's in front of you. Do you understand that? I hope you understand that. That's what tough love is all about. You guys have this big thing in front of you, and none of you are ready for it. You're all looking at it, it's shaking, and you know what you do? Rather than try to climb over it, 9 out of 10 of you call me and tell me to climb on top of it and pull you over it. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I can't do that for 40 million people. I'm not here to hold your friggin' hand. And I got literally had people wanting me to hold their hand. We had the Rosa Parks challenge on the 30th. Really difficult challenge. Go to a bus or a train and walk on without a mask. Ooh! So scary. I'd never even been on a train. I went to the SkyTrain. It was so intimidating that the security guards came up to us, all unmasked, and asked us if we knew where to buy our tickets. I said, no, would you like
I was
to
there. Check out my video from the SkyTrain Rosa Parks Challenge from a couple days ago. It's all filmed live, guys.
People I was with. And then I was waiting for this big scary moment where we're all going to get attacked. And why every single one of you are too afraid to take off the mask when you travel. And we walked up, and there were 2 more security guards, and they waved at us. We waved and smiled, and then we got on the train, and as we're walking around from front to back, we noticed about 50% of the people aren't even wearing masks because of the Rosa Parks Challenge, thank God. Meanwhile, on a normal day, 99% of you don't have the friggin' balls to take that diaper off your face. And you have the audacity to call yourself a freedom fighter? I showed up into your city for 1 day, walked in, and just simply went about my business. And it was nothing. Nothing. I didn't have any confrontation. I didn't have any problem. And you guys are so afraid of what? The reality is you're afraid of nothing. Nothing. And still, the majority of people were afraid to participate in the Rosa Parks Challenge because we had multiple locations set up. And nobody wanted to go to the location where I wasn't at because they need me there to protect them from the evil government. Ladies and gentlemen, if you need me to hold your hand, you're not going to get through this. I'm here not to save you. I'm here to teach you how to save yourselves. I've given you examples of this. We used to have something called a hotel quarantine in Canada. Remember that? It's like a bad dream, right? Well, why is it gone?
Here's your video.
That's right, but not really because of my video. Yes, that started it. My video, I showed everybody how to stand up for themselves. I taught you how to save yourselves. I showed you how to fight the fines. And I showed you what united non-compliance means. And
Not
I
sure
showed
yet,
you
Roger.
myself.
It's been a bit of
I led
a wild
by
ride with
example.
him.
And it was perfect. It worked like a charm. Non-compliance. And I won. But guess what? The next day there was still a hotel quarantine. Why? Because I did it alone. Like I do everything.
Yeah,
But
right now we're in
thankfully, the
Nanaimo.
hotel quarantine was so
Yes.
egregious and so disgusting that the majority of Canadians were actually more scared of the quarantine than they were of the consequences. And so that led to something beautiful. Entire airplanes full of Canadians started getting off and declining the test and declining the quarantine. To the point where my friend got his ticket back and it said 2030. 2030. That is the power of Canadians when we speak in one voice and just say no. We flooded the system so much that within 2 days after that, they went on TV and said, oh, we don't need the hotel quarantine anymore. Bullshit! They got rid of it because we just said no. And everybody asks me, well, what are we going to do about the vaccine passport? The exact same thing. Holy shit, people, it's called common fucking sense. Oh, sorry, in these days it's called just sense, because it's not very common. Because I get people calling me every day and asking what we're going to do, even though every day, literally every day, I've been speaking in a different city, telling people exactly what they need to do. Every day I get people asking me the exact same questions. And then when I tell them, why don't you just watch my video? You know what they say? Oh, I did, but I want to hear it from you.
What the
As if it wasn't me on the video. This is how disgustingly brainwashed and how pathetic Canadians are. And I'm sorry I'm going to use that word pathetic. I love you all. I love you all like children, because that's what you are. You're literal children. You're not adults. I can look at every one of you. I can look in your eyes, and I can see right through your souls. And 95% of you are children that never grew up, and are parents that don't look after their children the way they should. You know why? Every single one of you, maybe 1 out of 100 of you, has kids that are not wearing a mask right now, unless you pulled them out of school. So you can lie. There you go. See? There you go. There's one. I can see it right there. I can see the proud mama bears in the crowd. I can pick them out. Look at her eyes. Her eyes tell you she will kill for her children. That's a mother that's fighting for her children. But when I look around, I don't see eyes like that, especially in the men. You know what I see? I see fear in their eyes. I see jealousy in their eyes. And I see men that have been castrated by their own inadequacies for decades, and that's why we're in this mess. Make no mistake, man, you are the reason we're in this mess. You better go home and apologize to your wives, apologize to your children, because you haven't been men. You have been absolutely pathetic little bitches. And I'll tell you, and you can come fight each and every one of you right now if you want. I don't give a shit, because I'm not scared of Canadian pussies. And there's a reason for this. There's little old ladies in America that are tougher than you guys. Yeah. Keep singing and dancing and having concerts. While little 84-year-old American Floridians or Texan women are walking around mask and fear-free. You guys are finishing up at your freedom rally, putting your face diaper on and going to buy your vegan products at your local grocery store. And you wonder why we're in this mess in Canada. Men, grow the fuck up and stop acting tough when you're around. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Start standing up for your children. Start standing up for your family. All I see is mothers standing up for their children. I get phone calls every day about schools. Every day. Every day. And you know what? 9 out of 10 times it's moms. 1 out of 10 times it's dads. Why is that? Why is that? Where the hell are the men? The only men that call me are men that are worried about their jobs. Men that are worried they're going to get fired. Men that call me and ask me, how do I get a fake vaccine passport? That's the most pathetic and disgusting thing. Again, I can make millions of dollars selling those to you fools. But guess what? I'd rather tell you to fuck off. Because you're part of the problem. Anybody who wants to get a fake vax pass so they can travel deserves to have their teeth kicked in. In the most loving way, of course. You understand? If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And at this point, there's no standing on the fence. You're either with us, or you are part of the problem. And then you need to be dealt with. And I don't want to see, all I can see on the island is division between all these supposed organizers. You know what an organizer is to me? It's a phone number I call when I need to come to a city. That's how important each and every organizer is. You're not important, so stop pretending you are. Nobody is more important than anyone else. I have all these organizers that think they're the leader. I'm the leader of Victoria. I'm the leader of the Nanaimo. I'm the leader of Campbell River. No, you're the leader of your own friggin' mind. Period. There's no leaders in a protest movement. There's none. I'm not a leader, people. I just teach you how to save yourself. I drive around and I talk to you. I don't pretend like this is my town. But meanwhile, every time I come to a city, there's always infighting. Infighting between the protest groups. How are you going to have any type of anything when you can't be organized? You guys are fighting against a cabal with unlimited amounts of money. And they have the law. They have the courts on their side. They have people in power that realize that if they lose now, they're going to jail or worse. So these people are fighting for their very lives while you people are singing and dancing. Now do you see why I get upset? You have people with unlimited financial resources using everything in their power and every waking moment to try and destroy you, and your response is listen to a cover band of Rolling Stones. Does that make sense to you? If it does, please tell me. And where's the PPC and all these other so-called political parties? Where are they? Where's all that? What did the PPC do for the people? Besides distract everybody, rather than help people stop the vax pass. What did the PPC do besides promise great things and then less than 2 weeks before the election come out and admit, by the way, we have no chance of winning? What did the PPC do after the election besides disappear from every freedom rally because there's no more money from you because there's no more election, so you no longer matter? Answer? They disappeared because of exactly what I said. You guys want to call me controlled opposition? I hear that name all the time. Oh, do I seem controlled to you? Do I seem fucking controlled to you? Am I out on 8 bails because I'm under control? Did I get arrested 14 times because I'm under control? Did I say things like, go fuck the PPC because I'm under control? No. I say what I want because I'm the only piece of shit out here that isn't under control. Understand? That's That's control. Oh, yeah, exactly. Where's Bernier today? Florida. Why is he in Florida?
Of course he is.
That's right. So you have a fucking leader that's double jab and he's going to protect your rights while he's also selling face masks. Why don't you wear the PPC face mask instead of the PPC hat?
That's a good one.
So where are all the politicians? Who voted here? Everybody put up your hand that voted in this election. And what did your vote mean? Did your vote matter? No. Has your vote ever mattered? No. Did any of you vote for lockdowns? No. Did any of you vote for forced vaccinations? No. Did any of you vote to have your children vaccinated? No. Did any of you vote to have your businesses shut down? No. So why the fuck do you think your vote's going to change any of that? If I'm wrong, if I'm an asshole, and I'm stupid, and I'm uneducated, here's your chance to prove it. Name one time, my little genius, in human history where the people voted their way out of tyranny. Never. There's got to be someone smarter than me here. Come on.
We fight our way out of tyranny.
You fire them?
We fight our way out of tyranny.
Thank you, and that's correct.
That's the only way out.
That is the only way out.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
fight can mean many
Exactly,
things.
guys.
Fight can mean punch that person in the face. Fight can mean shoot that person. Or fight can be as simple as just saying no.
Just say no.
Imagine that. Imagine a non-violent, compassionate, and loving way to stand up for yourself and protect your family. Everybody says, oh my God, what's the solution? What can I do? It's pretty simple, people. This isn't just a statement. This isn't just a symbol. This is action. Saying no is taking action. When they say, we're going to fire you unless you take the jab, and you just say no, you have taken action. That's what this means. That's why I wear it. That's why I didn't want to sell it to any of you, because I didn't think any of you deserved it. Because after I saw you singing and dancing, that's not taking action. That's distracting yourself and pretending everything's all right. You could say, oh, it's spreading joy. That's nice. What are you spreading joy about? The fact that your children's about to get forcibly jabbed? What are you singing and dancing about? What's so good to be happy about? Sing and dance after we've gotten our freedoms back. That's when you have a party. This isn't a friggin' party. The most annoying question I get when I go to an event is, oh, Chris Scott, what are you going to do after? You want to go party? This isn't a party for me, ladies and gentlemen. I don't travel sometimes 24 hours a day to get to a different city every day so I can go there and party. I go there to wake people up so you guys can do what you got to do to get your freedoms back, protect your children, and save our country. Yeah, you can stick that thumb down. It's the same thumb you stuck up your ass for the last 2 years. Oh my God, I can smell it. Jesus Christ, baby. What have you been eating? That's what I thought. This is what political people do. You tell them the truth, Just like when I was in Windsor, and Victor Green tried to steal the term United Noncompliance. And I happily have to explain to people that no politician will ever endorse United Noncompliance. Why? Because it takes the power away from the politicians and it gives it to the people. So that's why when I was speaking on Canada Day, they cut my mic when I got to the part in my speech speaking about the 3 phases of United Noncompliance. And phase 1 is the global awakening. We are now awake, ladies and gentlemen. It's not hard to see that millions and millions of people around the world have woken up to the reality that COVID is not about health and safety, but it's about control. That's reality, that's truth. Period. That was the awakening, the evolution of the human consciousness to that fact. And now that
Tough love, Rochelle. Tough love. These people need it. So I don't agree with you at all.
My t-shirts are $30, thank you very much. 2 for $50. No, honestly, now that I know you're lying, I'm just going to tell you to close your mouth because I don't deal with liars and stupid people. I love you, God bless. Yeah, I'm so stupid. That's why I'm up here. What does that have to do with me?
I was wearing a mask.
And what does that have to do with me?
Well, it has to do, he's a war veteran, and remember...
So wait, let me get this straight. You're mad at me. You're mad at me because you got kicked out of an old age home for wearing a mask. Maybe you got kicked, maybe you didn't really get kicked out. I think you actually escaped from a mental institution and we need to bring you back. Maybe we should call the authorities.
You called me from next door.
Oh, actually, everybody knows where I was yesterday. I was in Victoria and you just said that. So now you're not only lying, you're showing that you had...
left yesterday, and you still can't let it go.
I'm pissed off at how the people left.
Go up, Chris.
No.
Go up.
I'm right here, buddy.
You're supposed to be a man.
Look at that $40
You're
t-shirt.
calling all us men.
You're not a man.
You're a fucking man.
No, you know how I know? Because I'm actually out here doing something. You're out there holding a sign and an umbrella doing nothing. Congratulations. If you guys don't want me to talk, I'll stop. If you guys want me to talk, then he's going to stop. We all have one day to learn.
Chris, do we need everybody there? We need everybody?
That's the idea. We need to get most people on board. The problem is...
I agree.
Some are lost causes.
I agree, but we need everybody.
Some are lost causes.
Understand.
Yeah,
You got to cut the dead weight.
You say you need everybody.
There's 80% of them. There's only 20% of us. We need everybody.
I agree.
Political disagreement 100% and 100% understand what you're doing right now, and I like what you're doing right now.
I agree.
I'm telling you. There's only 20% of us, and there's a few vaccinated that are on our side. We need everybody on our side.
You're like 5 minutes ahead of the speech.
All right, Chris. All right.
I love you. You're on the right track.
Thanks, Chris.
Iceland, Chris.
Iceland, Denmark, there's lots of countries right now that are completely free and completely not worrying about vaccination. If you look at Japan, for instance, let's take it for an example while we're segueing into the next part here. Japan has 130 million people. We got 40. Japan never had mandatory vaccinations, mandatory business closures, or mandatory masks. Japan also has the highest population density in the world in Tokyo, and 30% of their population is over 60. And they're right beside China, the epicenter of the virus. So if anybody should have got destroyed by COVID, it was Japan. So how is it that Japan, with almost 5 times as many people, no masks, no vaccines, no lockdowns, no business closures, has less than half the COVID deaths that Canada does? And so exactly what it is. They're immune to bullshit. The Japanese are very smart people. They're very smart people. And if you look at Taiwan, they're also very smart people. In IQ, Taiwan has the highest IQ in the entire world. It's the reality. You can call me an Asian supremacist if you want, but that's the truth. They're the smartest people in the world. And guess what they just admitted a few weeks ago? There are now more people in Taiwan who have died from the COVID vaccine than from the COVID virus. They admit that. And so they're not vaccinating like crazy. Now let's look at a country that's even more far along than Canada. Israel. Israel's already committed to the never-ending boosters. They're already on shot 3 for the majority. Some people are almost on their 4th shot. And what do we see? The highest infection rates in the entire world. This is how they plan to keep the pandemic going. by getting you to take the shot, by getting you to give it to your children. Because the more people they inject, the more people they get sick, the more justification they have for more restrictions. The only reason we are not on lockdown right now, as we were supposed to have been, is because not enough of you submitted to the jab. That's the only reason. And that's how I know we've already won. That's it. Because they've reached their peak. Like you said, they lie and say 80% got it. That's already a lie. But if you even believe 70% got it, right? That means there's 30% of us that didn't get it. Of those 70%, how many of them do you think are willing to go for never-ending boosters? The reality is, less people are willing to get shot 3, even less people are willing to get shot 4. So they're done. The only chance they had was to try to blitzkrieg us into submission. If you realize, as soon as we woke up and we realized this was about control and not health and safety, the government changed from your best friend to your worst enemy real quick. They went from Krispy Kreme donuts, lottery tickets, and ice cream cones to you can't work, you can't travel, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't even live life unless you're vaccinated. Why did they do that? Very simple. Because you woke up and you realized what they were doing to you. They wanted to finish you off without you even realizing what had happened. But then pesky people like me woke you guys up and you figured it out. So then they tried to go full-on draconian. And they got something they never expected. Massive resistance all across every industry. You guys call me every day saying, oh, I'm going to lose my job. Oh, I'm going to lose my job. Oh, I'm going to lose my job. There's about 12 million Canadians in that same position, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think they can just fire and ostracize a third of the country? Who are they going to replace them with? Like, it's impossible. And that is why they try to stagger the mandatory dates. Think about it. Even in Ontario, my police, and I'm very good friends with the police in Ontario, and we have all different cities in Ontario. You don't think they knew they were going to mandate all of them for the vax? Of course they did. But what do? Every single city got a different mandate date. Why? Because if they gave them all the same mandate date, we would come together in united non-compliance, and we would win like that. So by staggering it, it allowed them to isolate each individual unit, attack them, and try to make them submit. And they're doing that across all industries. But there's just one problem. They are beyond quaking in their boots. The problem was, people started resisting. So they had to start pushing back the mandate dates for all these industries. And when you push them back, inevitably they all start lining up. And once they line up, and everybody just says no, the whole house of cards comes crashing down. Simply with non-compliance. So when people call me and say, oh my God, am I supposed to just lose my job? Yes! Yes! Yes, you are! I'm sorry if you've had it for 25 years. Congratulations! You can find another job, or you can come to the realization that they can't fire everybody, so within a few weeks or months, you will get your job back. You guys lived on lockdown for 2 years. You're worried about losing a job. And for all you people that think you're going to survive on your pension and you're okay, you're not. They got a plan to get every one of you. They have a plan to take all your money, all your wealth, all your property. That's what's called the Great Reset, where you will own nothing and be happy. So how do they plan on accomplishing this? Well, it's pretty simple. They're closing down all your businesses by the hundreds of thousands. They're putting you all on CERB, which they're going to call Universal Basic Income. Once they got you on Universal Basic Income, surprise, no jab, no Universal Basic Income. So now you won't be able to get your money unless you're jabbed. If you still own a business at that point, they're going to put so much restrictions on you that you have to impose the vax pass and all the rest of it. So you're... Exactly. EI, they're doing the same thing. You can't get any type of government benefit check unless you are vaccinated.
I was warning you guys about that with
That's
EI.
Right. And now they're telling you can't even work unless you're vaccinated in any job. And now the next step is, for all you wonderful people who want to collect your pension and just retire, well, guess what? That's not going to happen either. Because the next step, and it's coming in a few months, not a few years, if you don't stop it now, and you keep that thumb stuck up your ass, it's called a digital currency. Most of you have no idea what that is. You've heard of crypto or Bitcoin, but that's about all you know. The reality is, there is a job available right now at our central bank for whoever's going to create the central bank digital currency for Canada. And as soon as that is created, that wonderful little app they made you all download for your Vax Pass, Verify Ontario or Verify BC, whatever the hell they want to call it, that's going to be merged to your bank account. So now you have a digital ID, a digital vaccine passport, and a digital bank account all tied into one. How wonderful for the government. So now they have a little spy app on your phone that gets to monitor your spending habits, your travel habits, and your medical history. And it gets to remind you. You're going to get to open your little phone and it's going to tell you, you need to be vaccinated in 10 days. And then guess what? If you don't, it's going to notify the government right away. And your status goes from green to red. And now you can't travel, and now you can't even spend your money until you go and submit to the next jab. And right now, it's a new jab every 6 months. And on the app that you download, they already have space for 8 separate shots. 8. And how many people have already seen die after just 2? Check this out. I want to do this real quick. How many know someone who was killed or injured by COVID-19? COVID-19. There you go. Okay, now check this out. How many of you know someone who's killed or injured by the vaccine? And that's only after the second shot. What do you think is going to happen after shot 3, 4, 5, 6? And what's stopping them from telling you, oh my gosh, antibodies aren't lasting as long as we thought. So now you got to take a new shot every 4 months instead of every 6. Or every 3 months instead of 6. And what's stopping them from telling you, we got this wonderful new pill medication that helps prevent COVID, so now you got to take that too every day for the rest of your life. Answer? Nothing's stopping them because you already submitted. So, whatever you do, don't download the app. They already have it in Australia to the point where it tells you to check in with the government. Because in Australia, you're not allowed to be more than 5 kilometers away from your own house. You are literally on government-induced house arrest. And they make you download the app, and it gives you 5 minutes to check in. And by check in, you have to take a selfie and prove to the government that you're at home like a good little dog. And if you don't check in 5 minutes, it will give you another 5 minutes. Wow, aren't they generous? And if you don't check it after the second 5 minutes, it notifies the police. And you will be contacted immediately and have to give a reason why you check in.
And go to concentration camp.
And yes, they are also in Australia. 2,800 homes a day. They are rating for what they are calling compliance checks. And they don't need a warrant. They just send a public health official. And if they don't like you, they'll have a little form signed from a public health officer to take you to a detention center indefinitely. Internment camp, concentration camp, death camp, prison, whatever you want to call it. They're going to take you against your will, lock you up, isolate you, and keep you there until they say otherwise.
And call you client.
That's the other thing. They don't call you a prisoner, they call you a client. Because calling you anything else would make it illegal. But by calling you a client, they're telling everybody in the international community, this is all for your own safety, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So they're not oppressing you, they're protecting you from yourself. And this is where we are in Canada. We're like 2 months behind Australia. And now I want to tell you how to fix it. And this is where you said. He said it very smartly. And I'm going to go with the word he said, 80%. Let's go with their draconian, non-realistic, 80% of us are vaccinated. If that was true, if 80% of us are double vaxxed, that means 20% of us aren't. That means we got about 8 to 10 million Canadians that are still unjabbed. And that means we've got more than that that actually still believe in freedom. Because just because you took the jab, it doesn't mean that you are about the vaccine passport. That's two totally different things. So how do we win this? How do we get the numbers we need? It's easy, my friend. Think about it. Did you lose anybody over COVID? Friend or family? Stop talking to you? Nobody. No friend, no family, no coworker. Stop talking to you over your COVID.
Stop talking about what?
Stop talking to you because of COVID, because you're like anti-vax.
Yes, we've lost family.
There you go. That's what I'm talking
about. Some of the people on my wife's side turned on.
There you go. How many of you have had something like that happen in your life? Friends, family, coworker. Look at that. Virtually everybody. So, what am I doing when I'm traveling around the country, city to city? Why am I talking to people?
Waking people up.
I'm waking them up, I'm changing their hearts, I'm changing their minds. Right? So why can't you do that? Why can't...
I have tried. I've gotten into so many fights.
That's why we don't want them.
I got yelled at because you know what they do? They either glaze over or they get so angry they won't listen to you.
You're
They
right.
sit down.
You're 100%
I've
right.
done it. I've been yelled at a million times.
So I got assaulted at Canadian Tire. Nobody showed up for my protest. Who's going to come with me today? Anybody? Canadian Tire. Here.
Yeah! Yeah, mask-free shopping! Mask-free shopping at Canadian Tire. Yes, let's all do it after this. Screw the march, let's do that. Let's march at Canadian Tire. It's raining, at least it's dry in there.
Whoever wants to come with me, go down there.
Let's march at Canadian Tire.
Take action. I'll leave everyone in there mastered. If they want to assault someone, let them assault me.
March at Crappy Tire.
Back to what he was saying. It's true. When you try to talk to these people that have turned on you, you get the glaze over or you get the angry response. Why? Because you're
Yeah, I have
trying
Crappy
to
Tire, but we need to go and show that
to
for
somebody who's in an irrational, emotional state of mind. These people are brainwashing is a perfect way to describe it, but it's even beyond brainwashing. Because brainwashing can make you believe something that's untrue. Congratulations. Canadians are so far beyond that they are in a war, and not only do they not know they're in a war, but they are taking directions from the people who are at war with them. That's way worse than brainwashing. That's way worse than Stockholm Syndrome. Imagine we're in a fight, in a ring, but you wait to tell me what to tell you to do before you act. So we're fighting and I say, hey, lower your left hand. And then I punch you in the face. And now I say, oh, throw that right hand. And I drop and I hit you again. That's how Canadians are fighting with the government. They're getting punched in the face and then be waiting to told what to do next so they can get the next one. And if you keep fighting like that, obviously you're going to lose. I've been fighting tooth and nail every way possible. And then I found out the only way to reach these people, the only way to reach somebody who's emotionally damaged is with a stronger emotion than what brainwashed them in the first place. And they got brainwashed by fear. So what is stronger than fear? Thank you. We've all seen Disney movies. There's a reason why they say love conquers all, true love breaks any spell. That's what this is. It's a magical spell. That's why you could show somebody a picture of a child that just got killed by a vaccine and they go and inject their child with it next. You have to be seriously messed up in the head to do that. I've been to vaccine clinics where I've watched people get carried out on a stretcher and the people in line waiting for their injection don't even know if that person lived or died, and they still go and take the injection that just put that person in the hospital. So when you're dealing with that kind of cognitive dissonance, you need something so powerful it's beyond measure. And the only thing that powerful is love. So you need to contact all the people you've lost. The bigger the list, the better, because it's more opportunity to change somebody's mind. And if you can get into the heart or mind of even one person, and all 20% of us did that, now there's 40% of us.
I've turned a couple people.
There you go. You just said you did it. Before you said you can't do it. Now you said you did.
I'm saying I've had the fight. I ain't stopping the fight. I'm standing on the line and I'm going to keep fighting.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And everybody wants to tell me, oh, how do I know if I did my part? How do I know if I'm doing my part? Guess what? If you can wake up just one more person, you've done your part.
Yes.
And the next time you come to an event, you bring a person that didn't believe in this, you've done your part. Don't bring a person that agrees with it. That doesn't count. That's just preaching to the choir. If you find someone else that agrees with it, great. Get them to bring someone else who doesn't. That's how the movement grows. That's how we reach the critical mass to stop this. The only way they can make a vaccine passport work is massive compliance. If there's 80% of the population, that's not enough. That's still 20% of Canadians who believe in freedom. Why do you think they are mandating it for everybody, including children as young as 5 years old? Because they need 95% of us to comply like complete morons. The moment we don't, we win. And that's why we've already won, ladies and gentlemen, because we've already held on this long. And they only have a finite time. Like we said, By the time they hit their third jab, they're not going to have 80% anymore. Not even close. And if they go to the fourth jab, it'll be even less. So they have to crush us before then. That's why they came out with this ridiculous propaganda that by January or March this is going to be all over. Because they're trying to convince you to comply just for now. Because once they got your compliance, they got you. But they already lost. Look at Ontario. There are no more mandates for school children. In Quebec, there are no more mandates for school workers. In Victoria, BC, 2 counties already got rid of the mandates for school workers. So, these are not just cracks in the can, ladies and gentlemen, because if they could beat these people in court, the government has unlimited resources. They would have challenged these people in court, but they know they can't win in court. They know they can only win if you submit without a fight. The moment you say no, and the moment you stand up for yourself, you have already won. And enough of us have done that we've already won. Now we just have to walk through it. Yes, there's going to be pain. Yes, there's going to be suffering. But guess what, Canada? You guys have had everything handed to you on a silver platter since day one. Since well before all of you were born. Our country was founded on tea and crumpets, for God's sake. So it's about time we toughen up. Because we deserve a better country. We deserve a better government. But the only way we're going to get that is when we get a stronger citizens. That's what we need. We need citizens with determination. Citizens who will act in their own best interest. Citizens who care about each other, whether you're jab or not. That is the message we need to push. That is how you bring people into the fold. We don't care if you're jab. We don't care if you're mask. Just come and support freedom. Come and support what made Canada Canada. And come and save your country. That's the message we need to get out, ladies and gentlemen. Not bands and singing and marches, but unity, love, and compassion for those we disagree with. That is the key to getting through this. Period. You guys live on an island. You guys are in the most unique position in Canada because you're not Prince Edward Island. You're not isolated. You guys are like your own country here. And you have strong movements in each of your cities. But they're still not that strong because they're independent. They're not working together. Just like she wanted to do a protest at Canadian Tire, why can't you guys do that stuff all around the country? How hard would it be to organize a protest at every Canadian Tire in the island? How many are there? 5? How hard would it be to send 50 people to each one without a mask and walk in and simply demand their civil rights? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? They're going to call the police to every freaking Canadian Tire, and what are the police going to do? Ask why people aren't wearing a mask? We're not supposed to. That's right. I got Longos to change their policy doing exactly that. I went in there without a mask. I made a mockery of them. It went viral like crazy. They sent 40 police to my house in the middle of the night to try to kidnap me. Yeah, and because I didn't steal it, I paid, and I even gave them a tip. But guess what? A friend of mine named Julio, who started one of my Taking Action groups, which was mask-free shopping, he brought 60 people to Longos. 60, just the one. And they walked in and they did the exact same thing, the maple syrup challenge. They walked in, they grabbed syrup, and they bought it. Longos had to call the cops again. The cops showed up and saw 60 people instead of 1. Oh, and guess what happened? Because of united non-compliance, Longos was forced not only to get rid of the cops, but to force to change their policy. So now anybody can go there without a mask. Whoa. So why can't we do that with Canadian Tire?
Yeah!
I'll go there right after this.
Yes! Get him right!
I'm going there. Because I want to.
Yes!
Let's all go to Canadian Tire.
Yeah! Yeah!
We're all going to Canadian Tire. We're going to set up shop there. And we're going to walk in as a group. And we're not going to know what the fuck they're doing.
Get him right! Get him right! Let's do it!
And you're going to see how successful it is. And you're going to be empowered. And you guys can do the same thing to virtually any store on the island. That's it. Any store that wants to discriminate against the people, how hard is it for the organizers to put a call to the other organizers from Nanaimo to Campbell Hill to Victoria and simply say, okay, Walmart's been pissing us off lately, so we're going to send 50 people to each Walmart. Why can't you guys do that? Why do you need me to be here to do it for you? I'm here to create leaders. I'm here to inspire action. So when I leave, the movement can keep growing. The movement can keep
That's
doing
it, guys.
things.
We're here to get inspired and unite the nation. We need leaders to lead everyone to where we need to be.
Come here and make significant change in the community, so when I leave, you guys can go forward together. Well, just like we did yesterday. She just said she goes on the bus all the time. She never wears a mask with her friend or with your partner, your sister, sorry. And they always get yelled at by the bus drivers. Well, guess what? You still get to ride, don't you?
Fucking here.
Exactly. So who cares what they say? Like, if you're walking around without a mask, do you care what some idiot in a mask is saying to you? No. Like, just like if they're wearing a mask, why would they care what you're saying about them? They obviously love their mask. So if you make fun of them for wearing it, why should they care? And if you're not wearing a mask, you should definitely not get offended by someone telling you, why aren't you wearing a mask? It's quite simple. Humans are not meant to wear masks. We're not anti-maskers if you're not wearing a mask. You're a human being. If you're a human in a mask, you are a masker. Let's get it straight. So let's dispel the media. But guess what? If you go on the bus with 4 or 5 people and none of them are wearing masks, I bet the driver will be less inclined to try and talk to you. And that's why we do things united. Because non-compliance works. For me, it works everywhere because I got balls and nobody wants to screw with me. Not everybody's like me. So if you're not like me, grab a few of your friends, and then you will be just like me. And they will leave you alone. And you can enjoy yourself. You can go to the mall. Why don't you guys go to the mall? Go to the food court. Order some food and go sit down without a vax pass. Imagine. I do that shit all the time. It's not a big deal. Just live your life as normal. How hard is that? How hard is it to not put on a mask? It's harder to remember to keep one, remember to put it on, remember to take it off, remember to put it in your pocket, than it is to simply never have one, never carry one, never buy one, and never wear one. Period. Why isn't everybody doing that? Are you guys ready to go Canadian Tire? You're ready to go Canadian Tire. What's your address?
At the North Town Center Mall, and I've actually spoken with headquarters of Canadian Tire today.
Please squeeze by
They missed the wrong shit.
Alright, North Town Center Mall, I'm heading there right now. I'm not even stopping for free.
And I have a video of what happened. So.
Well, we're going to have a better video today, I promise. This is to teach everybody 3 things. Number 1, any corporation that works with the government needs to be addressed and needs to be handled. Oh, and before we go, I want to talk about one thing, because that just reminded me.
I love that. Do the rally there.
Next week, we're doing an initiative against the airports. Because as we know, the airlines are one of the most complicit industries with the government for violating and taking away our rights under the guise of our safety. They get billions of our tax dollars to work against us. They get billions of our tax dollars to tell us we need to be vaxxed, we need to be tested, and this is all against the law. And they are the most vulnerable partners of the government. Let's be real. Look what happened in the United States. Southwest, Delta, and United had walk-offs, and they had so many employees strike they had to get rid of their mandates. So let's do the same thing here. They already started a walkout of airline employees as of today. By next week, we are planning a convoy event on November 7th called Jam the Airports. And we're trying to get every Canadian who is upset with what's going on to voice their concerns by getting in their car or truck and driving to every major Canadian airport around 3 o'clock on Sunday, November 7th. And simply get in your car, as many friends as possible, drive to the airports and drive around in circles. That will cause hundreds, if not thousands, of flights to be rescheduled, relocated. It will cost the airlines billions and billions of dollars, and it will teach the federal government and their cronies who work with them that if they screw the Canadian people, there will be real consequences. And they will not be able to suffer these kind of losses even once, let alone if we do it every single week if they want to play that game. So this is the most important initiative that we can do as united humans in one foul swoop to literally take a leg out from under the government. The other thing I'm working on is a massive lawsuit with the police against the government. It started in London, Ontario with my Back to Blue band. Thank you, everybody. We got the police to submit a letter stating they would not give their vaccination status. They would not submit the vaccinations. And the next step is to file an injunction on behalf of the police against these mandates. And if we can be successful in that injunction for them, we will try to apply it to all the other industries to put a temporary save on everybody's employment. So ladies and gentlemen, we are trying from all angles. We are hitting them with everything we've got, and we are making real headway. And now it's time to do something that shows everybody what people power really is about. Let's head over to Canadian Tire and teach them a fucking lesson.
It's out of Northland Mall.
Canadian Tire at North Town Center. Canadian Tire at North Town Center. We are heading there now.
All right, guys, that was an amazing reprisal of Chris coming back to the stage. What a great end to the rally here in Nanaimo, British Columbia.
Set up the shop.
We're heading to Crappy Tire to go frickin' do some mask-free shopping. It's too wet to march outside. Let's march through the aisles of Canadian Tire. Damn,
Okay, everybody.
they've been dicks to us since the start. This is awesome. Fuck yeah, man. I'm gonna end this stream here though, and
Get some cajonas. Make your
it's a statement, Drew, but whatever. I'm gonna end this live now, and we will be going live again from Crappy Tire. To all y'all freedom fighters, thank you for tuning in. This is Eric with Eric Hern Media. Until next time, stay free.
Oh, there you are.